was like that. Last week, or no, not last week, but a time ago, I think I murmured, is it possible Estarossa is not the Demon King's son? And yes, it turns out he wasn't. But I did not see this coming. All the clues were there. It's just I did not see it coming. This answers, well, I wouldn't say a lot of questions, but it does answer one simple question. The Gother of old somehow stopped the Holy War. How did he stop the Holy War? By taking out, in a way, the strongest goddess's fighter, therefore making the goddess clan paranoid and therefore sacrificing their life aura to seal away the demons and therefore preserving the other clans before extinction hit them. Yes, I am talking about Nanatsu no Taizai chapter 273 and the anger and offended despair river. As I just said, Estarossa is not the Demon King's son, but who he was, well, that was not something I did not expect. Either way, we see a brief flashback as the Dal Gother thinks back on his past when he talked to his creator. As they look on the destruction of Britannia, uh, the real Gother mentions that there is a forbidden spell that will invoke every last energy and magic from him that will erase the memories of one soul man and everyone around him. So, and according to, and Gother was meant to brainwash this man because that man alone had such a powerful existence, but he needed the Dal Gother's help for that, even though he apologized for his son. As they all fly, as Team King flies away, suddenly they cannot seem to recall Esterossa's fails, and the goddesses clan of Tarmiel and Sarmiel are the same, bringing their faces. The remembering of his face suddenly gets all the more unclear, and so they arrive at the ruins of the Heavens Theater, and so they see the dark magic beast that has become Estarossa as he claims it belongs to him. So, and suddenly a mind that maybe in the past talks, well, Gother in his mind talk about if a reinforced memory and perception could return back to normal. But it mentions that all of those affected by the spell would share the same perception and memory, and therefore theoretically, if any of those among them were to come undone through some kind of accident, then all of the perception will gradually follow suit, and before long the spell will completely collapse. Awareness will lead to doubt, and doubt will lead to faith. That's the reason for all of this. As they try to fight the demon Estarossa, the free fighters of Derere and Tarmiel and Sarmiel suddenly begins to get extreme headache, and they cannot recall anyone. And King is the only one who doesn't have any. That's the reason, because he never really met the real Estarossa. Suddenly, in the deep darkness that Elizabeth is trapped in, she recalls what Estarossa said to her about Meliodas betraying her. But she knew Meliodas better than anyone. He wasn't one to lie, as he always looked after Selderis. Then we see a flashback on when Elizabeth talked to Meliodas on this heavenly theater, and he wanted to save Selderis and his beloved Gelda. And it was during this time Meliodas says, "Of course, Selderis is my one and only little brother." And then suddenly we see that the name and then we see the flashback again when Elizabeth apparently met Estarossa as a child, and the dog came up to her. The dog that presumably was healed. The person asked Elizabeth what the dog's name was, and the dog's name was Estarossa. So who was the person that was in front of her? Well, none other than Mael of the four archangels. Estarossa of the Ten Commandments never existed in the first place. Every single thing was a fabricated memory made by the Gothers. And this answers a lot of questions. Well, again, I shouldn't say a lot of questions, but it does answer this one question. If Estarossa now was a demon, then how come Elizabeth had met him as a child? The reason being, because he was a goddess clan member. And also, why does Estarossa not look like Meliodas? Well, the reason being, because he was never related to Meliodas to begin with. And also, why was Ludiciel so adamant in wanting Elizabeth to break up with uh, Meliodas? Because he was looking after his little brother, which was Mael, who he knew was in love with Elizabeth. And also, why was the so-called Estarossa so kind-hearted? Well, apparently because he was a goddess clan that wasn't so much of a fighter. And finally, how come Estarossa, who couldn't even defeat a sun-powered uh, sun-powered Escanor, defeat Mael if he had the same power? The reason being because he never did that in the first place. Mael and Estarossa were the same person. So some questions are answered. As the memories collapse, everyone has a great shock, and their perception becomes clear to them, even to even to even to Ludociel and the other demon clan members. As we see the fabricated memories now making clear, the moment where Ludociel killed the demons was a fabricated memory of Estarossa uh, seeing Meliodas kill a goddess land. So yeah, we see the scenes that all add up now, including the scene that it was Ludociel who encouraged Estarossa, no, Mael. And also, the only thing that was true in both memories was the fact that Mael always loved Elizabeth, and when she saw no, and when he saw Elizabeth and Meliodas together, he was very mad. That was the only scene in this fabricated memory which was true. The rest was fabricated, including them up to the point where he was brainwashed by the Gothers. And as Gother says that he may be forced to use his own life to stop it, because this is a sin he bear together with the other Gothers. The darkness breaks apart as angel wings spreads out from Mael's body, and the goddess clan members can only begin to cry as the fourth archangel Mael is fully revived. A sudden regent memories of betrayal, a broken heart drives the urge to destroy. Estarossa never existed in the first place. It was only Mael in all of this. The Gothers somehow turned an archangel into a demon. Wow, that was some serious powerful spell. But how did that happen? And again, although some questions are answered, not everything is answered. But most of all, it seems to add up still on what has happened. This could very well mean why Mael couldn't take in the Ten Commandments, because he wasn't a demon in the first place. Although his magic power became different. It still doesn't answer the question is if then how the hell did Escanor end up with his blessing? Was it possible that the supreme goddesses did it unconsciously on someone, on a human, because she unconsciously knew that Estarossa was Mael? No, that's unlikely, because this affected everyone's memories. So yeah, I think we have, but this was just another remembering on why Ludociel hated Meliodas so much. Luduciel and Mael had apparently a good brother relationship, and he was looking after him. He hated Meliodas because Elizabeth mm, loved Meliodas, not Mael, and this insanity drove Mael, who was at Estarossa at that point, to the brink of despair. Next chapter is called, after all, Despair and the Fallen Angel Mael. In all, Estarossa, aka Mael, was a victim in all of this. This was very unexpected. I thought it had gone for the deep end, but turned out it was way more complicated than that. And the Gothers, well, the Gothers were always people that did questionable things for the greater good. The question is, though, why just Mael? The Gother did say that his powerful existence was just that powerful enough. And as I said in the beginning, I believe the Gothers did this out of necessary evil. And when I mean that, I mean the Holy War raged on. If it had kept going on, it's very likely that every single clan would have been eradicated. So in the end, I think the Gothers just did this because it was necessary. It was the only way to preserve all the clans. Think about it. The demon clan was sealed away. The goddess clan lost their bodies, but they were still alive. The human clan thrived, and the demon and the fairy clans went into hiding. All in all, that preserved all of the clans. I think that was the real purpose of this brainwashing. All in all, give me your thoughts if you have any.